Alright, hello. This is Wallaber. This is also Pro Gymnast. I'm still working on here. Last night, made some good progress on fixing up some levels. What else did we do last night? We did some other stuff. Fix some bugs. And then I noticed last night that I have a level I need to fix, which is Trust Fall. So this is a level that it's got this bug that I half fixed, it looks like, before. This has a level where this bamboo pole starts out bent. So that when the level starts, it's got some energy. And when I test it in the editor, it works fine. Right? Hit Gamey, good morning. Yeah, Bendy Poles Day. Bendy Pole bug fixing day. Anyway, see, it looks fine in the editor, right? So then we exit the editor. We come out here, blah blah blah. We load a save. Doesn't really matter which one. We go to that same level. Where is that level? I think it's in here. Yep. And on this first load, you're gonna notice that the pole, no bendy. No bendiness. I'm like, well, what kind of stupid level is this? Then you retry, and you get the bendiness. So that's the problem. And I vaguely remember, like, maybe a couple weeks ago, looking at essentially the same issue, and I thought I had fixed it, and it looks like I mostly fixed it. Classic. So let's see what's going on here. So on state init late is where we actually, oh, look at this, is we set the start angle, but only if it's a reset. Okay. I mean, that looks like there's your problem right there. Yeah. What, why am I doing it this way? Doesn't make any sense. Let's, before I completely assume past me was an idiot, I'm gonna look at my changes to this file real quick. Let's see, how do we do that? Log selected. Okay, so this was the change. Here, I can go like this. Now we can all enjoy this together. So this file was, you know, initially committed, and then I made one change to it. Looks like some file line formatting changes, and then on state init late got this bool is reset added. So previously, in on state init late, we were always setting the start angle. This has something to do with, I think it was busted before, like when you came in and out of replays or something. Because that's pretty much it. Can I go look at this commit? How do I do that? Here we go. What else did we change in here? We changed this to include an is reset. Yeah, and we pass in true and false to those from different spots here. And then a bunch of these other ones, you know, have the function signature change, so I had to respect that, right? Okay. But why? Okay. Right. So, but why shouldn't I also care if, shouldn't I also have like a if state equal, I don't think I can do it here though, I need to do it in the late, right? So it should be like, if I'm resetting or the state is equal to game state dot game. Like if we're in the game state, no matter what, we want to set the start angle. No? Let's see. Let's see if that does the trick. Now, let's test all the code flows then for this to see if that works. It'd be cool if it works, right? We could move on. Could do something else. Okay, so normal here from the editor. Let's go check it out. Level is called Trust Fall. Okay, play. Do we have bendiness? Yes, we do. Okay, wait a minute, what if we retry? Have we the bendiness? We do. Now let's blah 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 blah. Let's go look at the replay. Yep, okay, bendiness, yep. Get out of here, retry. Bendiness. Good, now let's try completing the level. Please, thank you. Here we go, play again. Bendiness, okay, so now let's go like this, let's exit out. Yeah. Come over here. Load up. Save. Go here. Go here. Okay. Have we bendiness? We do. Okay, hopefully that was it. That doesn't count. The other day I was trying to do this level where I catch on my knees on this bar. It's really hard. You gotta kind of go like this to try and get the body sideways, and then grab on. Oh. Oh. I don't know why I was trying it, because it's not like it's particularly interesting. Anyway, okay, so we think that's addressed. Let's unplay mode, please. Okay, so we can go back here and claim that that is fixed. We also had a minor bug in the spin control tutorial, which is let's go down here. Do we have a, we have an M level 1, which we are doing some junk there, so that's cool. What we need to do is where is it? Significant collision. So here, this is how I am detecting if you have hit the ground, and if so, I show you a thing. It's like, hey, you need to land on the mat, and then I reset you. But this whole thing needs to not happen if the level's already won. Because what can happen is you land on the mat, and then you fall off the mat and collide with the ground, and while it's saying level complete, it starts triggering the other logic. So that should at least fix that. We do also have a bug I need to track down where the camera was changing slightly when you hit like what is it, when you hit next level or something, I think. But I'm less worried about that one right now. Let's go check this. So this would be tutorial spin control. Way down here at the bottom. There it is. Okay, so this one, it's like, let's talk about controlling your spin. And then once this next thing comes on, or not this one, the next one, it'll enable me to release. And if I release and hit the ground, it's like, hey, land on the mat, and then it resets you. Right? And so then, and if I reset myself, it resets me there. If I don't, oh, that one counted, okay, fine. Now let's, like, for example, do a bunch of flips and hit the ground. Oh, make sure you land on the mat. Okay, you got it. What about this case here where I okay, cool. There, I hit the ground after the mat there, and that worked. Now the hard one, do 2 flips. Let's test this real quick, so let's miss. Okay, that's good. Now, what about if I just do 1 flip? What about if I do too many flips? Okay, and then now for the difficult one where I have to do double. And try to make sure I hit the ground afterwards. This will work. Oh, no, I didn't touch the ground at all. Alright. Let's try this again. If you reset during the thing, it resets there, but if we make it to this step right here, now if you reset it, just leaves you right there. And there's 1 flip. Okay. Alright, now can I cheese this just right? Here we go. Level complete. Okay, cool. That's fixed. Alright. Those were the 2 bugs I wrote down yesterday that I wanted to make sure I fixed. So I think now it's time for some localization. So let me load up my my localization spreadsheet here. Here we go. Alright, and we finally get to add a new column to this sheet and then see how, if all this work I've done ahead of time is going to pay off, and it's going to be easy to add languages to this game. Now, one thing I need to do is I've downloaded some fonts. Oh, my fonts are in the resources folder. Here they are. Okay, and I've already got them in there. But I haven't built a thing yet for it, right? Yeah. Let's do this. We're gonna do... I was looking at a nice article on this. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. So fallbacks, this is what we're going to want to set up here in a second. Alright, what I'm gonna want. They have this thing they show you. Yeah, we want like in a screenshot here, they actually have a file they found called UDDigiKyoKasho-N-R, so maybe I can find that. Oh no, that was the font. Okay. Right. We want like what do we want? We want I mean, I guess I can also worry about this part later. We'll keep these tabs open for now, though. Okay, alright, so we're gonna make a dynamic fallback. Alright, so let's make our basic one. So we're going to go to here, our Japanese font. We're going to go to Window Text Mesh Pro Font Asset Creator. And we're going to get our Japanese font. Okay, and then, yeah, hiragana is 3040 to 309F. We should be able to say we want to use a custom range. Okay, let's go look at how they did that here. So right here, yeah, 3040 to 39F. So 3040, 39F. Maybe not. What's the format this thing wants? That's right. Character sequence decimal. Oh, it wants it in decimal. Got it. Okay. So we gotta do. To 30. What was it? 9F. Okay. Try that. Okay, so custom range. Satless can be. I don't know how big it needs to be yet. Let's see what we get here. Okay. Cool. Wait a minute. That's not all of them though, is it? Maybe it is. It says only a few were missing, and these are not important ones. Okay. Alright. Go back here. Yeah, maybe we want this to be 1024 at least, just to be safe. Okay. Yeah, E, U. Yeah, looks like they're kind of there. Maybe I want a little more option for padding. Okay, let's say that that's our basic. We're probably, I don't know how much katakana we're going to use in this game. I could include that into this. That would be here, which is 30AO. No, it's right after this, isn't it? 12447, 12, yeah. So it goes directly from hiragana to katakana, so that's easy. Where's the end of katakana? 30FF. We could just do this range. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna save this as, yeah, as our base Japanese font. Okay. And then they're saying blah blah blah, we want a dynamic fallback font. Navigate to the font asset you created. View it in the inspector. Alright. So resources, fonts, this. Generation settings. Here we go. Atlas population mode. Okay, so that's our static one. Now reopen the asset creator, create a new one. This time, however, we want to populate it with only the characters from an existing text file. Right, which we don't have yet. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. I don't know. I don't have a file yet. But they're saying, okay, we'll do this, and then we'll say the character set is going to be. We could just do this. Let's just type in a few. There we go. So this would be like something like this. So let's see. We're gonna need. I know. So I'm gonna need these. ISO. Right. We're gonna need like this. Oops. We're gonna need like. Okay, so let's say that that's it. 1024 by 1024. Now what? Okay, so we generate that. Whoa! Why is it filling auto-sizing? Okay. But we don't want auto sizing. We want custom size, like 64 or something. Oops. Look at that again. There we go. Okay, that gives us a fair amount of space for other kanji. Yeah. We could even go a little smaller. What if we said like 52? Okay. Right, so you do that. Then we save this, and this is going to be dynamic. Okay, so then I'm pretty sure we click on that one, and we say dynamic. Now we must configure the relationship between our font assets and outline depicting how to blah blah blah. So you have your main font, and you have an international font, and then you have a fallback. Let's navigate to your regional font asset, and under the fallback list, add the first one. Okay, so yeah, so that's, we're gonna say this one. I have a couple of these. Yeah, I have like 3 that I sort of use here and there, so they're all gonna need this. Fallback, add, Japanese. This one, fallback, add, Japanese. This one, fallback, add, Japanese. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Okay, okay. Ew, global fallback font. Okay. But so I think what I need to do then is I need to go to this one and say that it also has a fallback, which is our dynamic. I think. Okay. So that's like, now in theory, if we try to display Japanese text, we've got a font asset, I think. So now let's go add some text. So we're going to insert a column, JP, and let's find some, let's see. Let's just get the main menu working, right? So what does the main menu have? I think it's probably like game. Maybe not. Maybe it's down here. Here we go. Okay. Play. Now, some of this actually, I believe, in Japanese, you would actually use English words because it's simpler and it's kind of a convention. So play and quit, for example, might just be play and quit. But we could do something like this, like, let's switch to Japanese input. But just to test it, right? We're gonna use stupid words here that we'll fix later. And then this would be like No. Sette. And this would be... what is this? I don't know if this is the right word to use. Okay. And then maybe like the character select screen. Where's that gonna be? It's gonna be like there we go. These ones. BitGamey says, is there a reason you're only providing localization for Japanese? No, I'll add more. Japanese just happens to be the language I know, so this is the one I'm going to do first. It's also a nice one because it's a good stress test because it needs its own font and everything. Whereas like if I had just like done a quick Google Translate into Spanish or something, that would only test part of this because I should be able to, my font should have all the characters necessary for, you know, most European languages. But I will be adding more, and I'll probably be actually paying a company to properly localize it into all these languages. So let's see. This would be. See, some of this stuff though, I'm not gonna probably actually use Japanese for. I will use English because that's the convention. So in a case like this, I gotta also put in the little the spot where it puts in the name, so that would be right here. Actually, maybe I can put in the little quotes. Okay, so something like that. Okay. Alright, so there's just a few examples. Now, let's go remember how we do this. So if I go back here and I go to my localization thingy, if I hit download right now, is it gonna get that new column, or do I have to set that up somewhere? Yes, I have to set that up somewhere. So where was that? Let's see. I think it's going to be in here somewhere. Nope, that's just how we talk to the database. It's here. So we say update, and it's going to notice that there's a new column. There we go, JP, which is a string. And then we have to regenerate. And now, if we go to resources, yeah, loc, and re-download. Now we have a JP column, which is empty for most of these, but some of these are going to have data. Okay, so now we go to the loc manager. And we got to add that we now can support Japanese, like that. Okay. And then we're going to right. So here it needs to be able to find like that. And somewhere down here we can turn, or no, I guess that's it. Yeah. Okay. So somewhere now we're going to need to set the current language. And see if things change. Yeah. All right, so I guess I gotta decide where this belongs. I don't really care if you can change the language in the middle of the game, but from the menus you should be able to, right? So, scenes, menus. I would assume that this is something that belongs in the settings. Which one though? Because we've got, I don't know if we have a great spot for this. As we do it in game settings, this is more like gameplay stuff. I guess it makes more sense to do here. Yeah. Or for now, I just add another thing that's like language. I can't be saying for now though, I'm trying to finish this thing. So where does it go? It's a new menu. Make it a new menu, we'll make it simple. So, we're gonna want in the title screen, we're gonna want a button that goes here. Language. So this is going to be called title settings language. Okay. And this is gonna, I gotta fix the navigation. When you go up from this, you should go to gameplay. When you go down, you should go to quit. This one though, when you go down, you should go to language. Okay. Alright, now we're gonna need to add that in. So down here we need something called title settings language. Okay. All right. Cool. Now that's gonna need to. We're gonna need a reference to that here. Settings language button. Okay. And then let's give ourselves a menu here. So we're gonna use the I don't know, the gameplay one is like a template, I guess. We go like this. Let's unpack this prefab. We'll call and we'll call this settings language. Okay. Okay. Now this is just gonna have that's okay. This is just gonna have one drop down for now, I guess. Okay. Okay. And then I guess for now we'll just like make this smaller. Okay. Something like this. And then we're going to need a thing that says settings language. And then this label should be settings language. And then, yeah, the back button should be fine. Then we're going to get rid of the script. We need to make one for this. So that's going to be scripts UI. Let me make a new one. Language menu. Okay, what does the language menu need? It's going to need some stuff that is pretty similar to settings menu. So we'll go here. This is going to be drop down language. Okay, and then I assume I need my button, right? Yeah, my back button. I've kind of gotten in the habit of I like to set up events for buttons in code rather than in the inspector, so that's why I often have like reference to a button where the only reason I have it is so that like, you know, like right here, I could just set up an event. Right, and this needs to be a base menu, right? Okay, and then what else we do? Down here in awake, we're going to that's probably overkill to have that anonymous function there, but that's okay. Yeah, and then we're gonna need to actually set up the list of available languages, which we might actually want to like have here, as opposed to trying to dynamically work it out. So let's do okay, and then for now, I don't keep saying for now. Let's see. Yeah, so we're gonna say drop down language.clear options, and then we're gonna have a list of strings which is just for each locmanager.language in available languages. Language L in available languages. For now, we're just gonna do languageoptions.add. This has to be named properly. I guess I could put the code in there, so it'd be like locmanager.instance.translate. And this one, yeah. So I want, we need to go like this. Current language equals locmanager.instance.current language, right? There's active language. Because then what we're going to do is we got to go here and we got to say locmanager.instance.current language is equal to L. It'll show up in the proper language. And then we could even just do, we're going to have a special string called this language, which is the name of the language in that language. And then when we're down here, we can go back to locmanager.instance.current language equals active language. Cool. Okay. So then what? Then here we need to be like drop down languages, add options, language options. Okay. And then we also need a callback on this guy. So drop down language dot on value changed, add listener, and let's do language selected. So that's gonna be down here somewhere. Okay, and then we should be able to just be like, we're gonna need to refresh this screen. It's gonna be a little tricky. Yeah, we'll get there in a second. So this would just be something like locmanager.instance.current language is equal to available languages selection. Might be a little tricky to reload things and get the screen to suddenly switch to that language. I have to think about that. I might take an easier route. We'll see. Oh, RB A3. RB A3. I hope I'm saying that right. Thank you for the follow. If you're in the chat right now and that wasn't a follow, as you leave, so you can come back. Are you a game developer or just someone who enjoys watching people talk about code? Let's see. Okay, what else do we need to make this into a menu? Right, on show. We need to call the base.show. And then here, we need to set the drop down to be the correct language. This would be something like int I equals 0, I is less than available languages dot length if loc manager dot instance dot current language equals available languages I, then what do? You set dot value is equal to I break. Okay, something like that. And then we need a backpressed. And this is going to be something like, yeah, take us back to the title screen, please. Okay. And we also have one now, which is settings language. Okay. With a comma. Cool. So now we also need to save this. Okay. Alright, this should be enough so we can start connecting things together. Okay, so now this thing needs this script, the language menu. Bring that up to the top again. Can I find the right pixel? There. Okay, the start selected object would be this. The fallback route would be this. It has no camera. Doesn't need persistent selection. The language dropdown is here. The back button is here. Okay, so now with that existing, and I disable it like that, and I go to the menu manager, and we let it know that the language menu is this. Okay, we save all that. Then we go to the title menu. We have this settings language button thing, so we're gonna do that here. On click dot add listener settings language pressed. Okay. So then we go down here and add one public void that. We say menu manager dot instance dot show menu manager dot menu semantic dot settings language, and menu manager dot hide request dot hide all. Oh, this is helpful actually because we're hiding other things. Do we need to pass a payload to this thing? Not currently. No. Okay. Now we go to the title screen. We let this thing know that there's a button for language. There it is. Boom. Then we go back here and we add a thing. Called this. Not yet. There we go. This language. This is English, and this is Nice. Okay. Now we go back here. We go to resources. We download our updated localization data. Should be 648. Yeah, 8. Cool. All right, let's see how, if any of that works. We have a language button. It brings up this thing. We don't have a thing called settings language yet. And our drop down. Oh, right. So the language, this here, we need a list of available languages, of which there are currently 2, English and Japanese. Run it again. Okay, so if you go here, English. Look at that. It's a font. It's a font showing Japanese characters with letters that came from a localization script. Now if we set the language to Japanese and click done, nothing changed. Oh wait, it kind of did, look. Yeah, a lot of these are missing stuff. Right, yeah, see, look at that, look. Edit showed up. So that's cool. Some of these didn't though. And that's because let me show you an example. So this title screen, right? The button that says title_play on it. If you go look at that, that thing has a localized text script on it. That script on start is going to find the text component, and if it found one, it's going to say, go translate this text, please. And when you change the language, it doesn't realize that. It already set itself like ages ago. The only things that are going to work right now would be things that are like instantiated and actually update in the moment. So we need a way to tell all the localized text in the game to refresh. So I mean, that should be pretty easy, right? We could do this we're going to do this the quick and simple way, which is this guy's going to get a public void refresh text function, which just says, hey, if I actually already have my text thing here, update. Okay. And then in a places where we set the language, I could hook this into the localization manager if I wanted to. So anytime you like change the language, it just like forces that to happen. But then the loc manager has to know about a local. Well, I mean, the loc manager knowing about localized text script isn't too bad actually. So the way we would change this, we would change this to be a private. This would be like a secret private thing. But then we would add a getter and a setter for it. Like this. And so get would just return whatever we got. But set would be like, okay, fine. So set it to what you want and then notify all text. Yo, so this is going to be, get ready for one of those functions they tell you never to use in Unity. So we're going to find all the localized text. Using using what? Like find objects of type all. Boom. Right? Or am I doing that wrong? Game object dot find objects of type. There we go. Loop over those. Refresh. Right? Yeah. And then these guys are smart enough that, like, if somehow I call this in there and, like, start hasn't been called yet on them, they just won't have their M text yet, so they won't do anything. Right? Okay. Now watch this. This is going to be incredible. We're going to run the game. It's going to be in English. We're going to go to language. We're going to choose Japanese from the drop down. And some stuff changed. Yeah, that didn't do it. That didn't do it at all. Right. I have a problem. I have a problem. First of all, this needs to be, not this. This needs to be willing to find, oh, isn't there like a, I need to be able to find inactive objects as well. Forgot, this only finds active objects. It's terrible. So instead what we gotta do, what is it? It's Unity Engine, Scene Management, Scene Manager, get all scenes. Okay. And then we do like for each scene, scene, S in all scenes. And then we say like S dot, right? Or what is this giving us back? Ah, okay. Unity engine dot scene management dot scene. Okay, fine. There are no problems, just challenges. Yeah, totally. Why isn't it like this? It's obsolete. Okay, fine. Fine. That's fine. So we're going to make this instead be a 4. And I equals 0. I is less than Unity. Oh my god. Yeah, whatever. Unity engine dot scene management dot scene manager dot scene count. I plus plus. Okay. Then Unity engine dot scene management dot scene S equals Unity engine dot scene management dot scene. I should be doing a using thing, but whatever. Get scene at I. Okay, now S dot get root game objects, please. So we can do for each game object root obj in S dot get root game objects. Then we can be like localized text scripts equals root obj dot get components in children of type localized text include inactive true. And then we loop over all of those and refresh their text. Now here's the other problem. We also need to know authored value. Okay, because the way I use most of these is in the scene I just set them to the key, the localization key, and then on start that gets replaced with the value in the game. But the problem is here now it's been replaced once, so now instead of saying like game underscore menu underscore play, it just says the word play. Then when you switch languages, it needs to find that, it needs that original key again. So I guess we do this. Something like that. And then in refresh, we would do something super gross. Let's do it this way. update text string key. And so then normally it's just going to say translate the key. And then here, this update live thing, which I don't think I'm actually using anywhere. We would do that, and then, but here we would pass in the authored value. And here we would pass in, well, yeah, authored value, which we set one line above. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Here we go. We'd like to change the language to Japanese. Okay. Now, a bunch of things are going to disappear because they are empty things. But look at this. Look at this. These are the wrong translations, but look. Play, audio and video settings, game settings, language settings, quit. And if we hit play, we see, okay, so this font is like, I'm gonna have some layout challenges, but that's to be expected, right? Yeah, it's pretty cool though, right? I think the font looks pretty nice. I just have to look at some of these layout things. Where it looks like in the English, like I didn't have any letters that were dropping down below the baseline too much, and so my layout is not truly handling that. That's why this one, it's like the list of players there is a little funky. And then the ones with outlines don't look great. I'm gonna think about why that is. Oh, we're getting somewhere. We're definitely getting somewhere. And look at that, it even knows it's Japanese, and I can switch back to English. My navigation is broken on this menu. But yeah, it's mostly working. Hey, hey, hey! Okay. So let's fix the navigation real quick, since that's on my mind, and that's an easy fix. Here. So this one, select on down, needs to be the back button. The back button, select on up. Select on up needs to be this drop down. Okay. Save that. Yeah, cool. Let's go look at where is it? In the tent, the clipboard, canvas. Alright, so this is, what is the deal with this? I guess it's just that this is bold. And my font being like boldified is a little... Yeah, really what I should be doing here is if I want bold, I should be doing this. I think that will prove that. And then if we look at this, yeah, look, see how the... right, get out of 2D mode, please. See how that dips below there a little bit. And if I go like that, ugh. And I bring this up just a little bit. Let's run it again. Yeah, it's all about the anchors. Yeah, it totally is. Language, Japanese, back, play. Yeah, much better. Much better. All right. Sweet. I gotta look up what some of these best practice translations are. Oh, look at that. If you go up from quit, it's jumping up to game instead of language. Thought I fixed that. quit. What do you select on up? You select language. Language goes to quit and gameplay goes to language. Now that should be working properly. All right. Should it all be Japanese, even the Discord text? Yeah. Yes, it should. So you know, my next step now is I got to go here and I got to fill in this column with all the localization, and then oh, the thing I was mentioning is that sometimes actually there are common video gamey phrases where I think for reasons of old game consoles, like didn't have a ton of memory to show lots of different characters of text, and also didn't have a lot of screen space with small resolution, so they often actually use some English words in and I think maybe also because some games were brought over from the West as well, but so a handful of words are sort of like video game words that are used in English as is, and so it's kind of a convention now, like that you don't use a direct Japanese translation of that word, you just use the English word, like the word play. I think for like to start the game I would probably just leave in English actually, but like the Discord thing would probably, like the word Discord would stay in English and then it would be put into a Japanese sentence that says join, something like that. Yeah, cool. This is good progress. Very happy about this. And so what I'm gonna do now is over the next day or two, I'm gonna fill in a full Japanese translation, check the game, make sure it's mostly working, and then I can actually go out and get translations made for the other languages. And apparently my dog is freaking out right now. All right, I'm gonna sign off. Thank you very much for dropping by, and I'll be back, tomorrow, Saturday, for a slightly longer session, so that's probably going to be mostly plugging in translations and checking the text. Bye. BitGaming, you too. Have a good day. See you later.